And that is where the tape ran out last time we recorded this, so now we're starting again about 20 minutes later.
We've retconned it.
We've
gone back in time and we've sorted it out, so now we're actually completely different people. I have a tomato on the back of my head.
So, we talked about Nero and Kirk. Now, who are we talking about next? Chekhov. Chekhov, I liked.
Nuclear whistles!
Nuclear whistles. He did that perfectly. Very funny. I liked him.
He grated a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe overused a little bit, but funny.
Overall it was good.
Yeah. Sulu?
Sulu was just cool.
He was cool.
He's like, I've got this really cool sword thing.
He had a fold-out sword. How awesome is that? It's like, tick, 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 tick. Now it's a sword. You know.
It was very coolly done.
Next character, Scotty. Scotty, very well done. I like the fact that he had an actual Scottish accent in this version.
Yeah. And his little buddy was quite cute.
His little sidekick was pretty cool, yeah.
Pretty random as well, like, but, get off there.
But Scotty was awesome, very well played, very well done. Who else haven't we talked about? We haven't talked about Spock yet.
Yoda.
Yoda.
Young Yoda.
Yeah, young Yoda. Played by Sylar from Heroes.
He was Sylar from Heroes, actually, which actually fits Spock in a weird way.
Yeah, it worked. Sylar from Heroes played young Yoda very well. It was very good. To a T, really. He got the mannerisms to a T. Very well done. Is there only one? No, Uhura. We haven't mentioned Uhura.
She was the token chick. She did that well.
Yeah, I prefer Nichelle Nichols. I think
You're always going to prefer Nichelle Nichols.
Nichelle Nichols had a bit more attitude, I think. This woman just felt a little bit more like kind of generic love interest type woman.
Also, the fact that she was the only woman who got more than 5 minutes screen time probably helped.
Yeah, but pretty good.
We haven't mentioned the absolute best though.
Saving the best till last.
The Forrest Kelly, played by Carl Urban.
Yeah.
Who played McCoy.
Leonard Bones McCoy. Absolute genius. I have serious respect for Carl Urban now.
Yeah.
The man is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, looking at his career, he's always done good geeky projects.
Yeah.
I mean, Ioma, he was absolutely brilliant at. He made Doom vaguely watchable.
I didn't see that. I don't know.
You're better off that way. They should just cut out his bits. But yeah, he was absolutely brilliant. His little lines every now and then, like, "Damn it, Jim!"
No, what is the line that we both enjoyed so much was when he actually says to Spock, he goes, "Damn it, I'm a doctor, not a physicist."
Brilliant, spot on.
Perfect. Next, we still haven't talked about the ships. I thought that Nero's ship was fracking awesome.
It reminded me a lot of a Borg cube in a weird way. I love the fact that it did look like a mining ship, like it was meant to as well. It was just the spindliness of it, the weird. It just looked so alien, you know, compared to all the Federation. And it was so contrasted to Spock's ship of the future, which was really nice and clean, and where Nero's ship is really dirty and bolted together.
Yeah, and what you said about the Borg thing is true, because you know when they first went into the ship, my first thought was, oh, it's a bit Borgy, you know, and it's not that it looked like a Borg ship, it's just that it had the same
kind of aesthetic. It might have been the lighting to a certain extent.
The lighting as well a bit. It had
a woman who came out the theatre at the same time we did said something which was absolute genius, which no one ever thinks about. Would railings kill them? Seriously.
Not a single railing on board the entire.
When it's a mining vessel as well, you would have thought, you know, that
no railings.
A few, but
yeah. Okay, so we've talked about Nero's ship, Spock's future ship. That leaves one ship to talk about.
Well, we can talk about the Kelvin.
Let's not talk about the Kelvin. The Kelvin's boring.
Boring.
The Enterprise.
Which bit was in the cell? I couldn't tell.
The Enterprise.
I thought it was absolutely brilliant. They adapted the design to fit with the aesthetic of the world perfectly, and they got it exactly right. That is what the Enterprise should look like. It's a bit stockier, I admit it. The old girls put on a few pounds, But I think that works with the general feel of the universe.
I didn't like it. I liked the interior of the ship. I liked all the battle scenes. I liked all of that. I liked all the close-up shots of the ship, but I didn't like the shape of the ship. It bothered me from the first time I saw it in a publicity shot. The proportions are off, and I didn't like it.
But then there was a perfect trailer shot which didn't make it into any of the trailers when it's just rising out the dust clouds of one of Saturn's moons.
Yeah.
And I think if they'd shown that, first of all, everyone would have been like, this is amazing.
Picture the scene. Dust clouds in the foreground, Saturn in the background with its rings, and up comes the Enterprise out of the dust. It was amazing. That was a beautiful, beautiful shot.
There was a couple of little shots that they did which I think really stood out. For one thing, when the woman gets blown out of the deck on the Kelvin, there's just this massive bit of suction, she just flies out.
When the Kelvin gets blown up and that woman gets blown out.
And that's when you get to see the really cool flashlights, which are actually phasers. They look like just giant spotlights. They're absolutely awesome.
They were awesome.
They were, as far as I'm concerned, it was worth it for just that.
I love the shot when they arrive at the scene of the battle that's just taken place.
Yeah.
They come out of warp and instantly they're in this massive field of debris. That was amazing. And can I just say that the writers of this film have very clearly made it a reboot. They have got severe balls. We're not going to give away what happens exactly, but something major to the Star Trek universe gets blown up.
I really thought they were going to do another little bit of time travel just to get rid of that bit.
Yeah, but they did it. They did it and it stuck. They have completely decimated one of the
big foundations
of the Star Trek universe, and it was...
Yeah.
It was quite an incredible moment.
Yeah,
I didn't think they were really going to go through
I thought they might do something like... I thought that was going to be the finale. I thought it was going to be the finale when they stop it from happening.
Yeah, but it happened. Final thoughts. I thoroughly enjoyed this film from start to finish. I thought it was great. I thought, by and large, they got the feel of the Star Trek universe right. There were a few missteps. But for me, it was a Star Trek film. It was very enjoyable. It was something new and fresh as well, and I would highly recommend this film.
I've got my issues with it. I don't think it feels like a Star Trek film. It's too nitty and gritty, like I said before.
Right.
However, it's a bloody great kind of like almost 60s like sci-fi.
There is a lot of 60s
extravaganza. Yeah, I think it captures some elements. It captures the bright, primary, hopeful colours of the future kind of thing.
Definitely.
But at the same time, this is my favourite Star Trek film. That will be First Contact for quite a while. I need to watch this a couple more times to make sure. But First Contact is going to be my favourite Star Trek film. Now this is the best sci-fi film I've seen for a summer film for a couple of years now. It's probably since Serenity, actually.
That depends on whether you count The Dark Knight as a sci-fi film, though.
It's not. Spaceships.
Fair enough. It's the best spaceship film.
It's the best spaceship film. Lots of toys and lots of cool stuff going on randomly.
So yeah, that's that then.
So good. Go and see it. You probably will if you're reading this. So
reading, watching.
Sorry, I get confused with the fourth wall thing. Goodbye. Live long and prosper. Or vita langa et prospero if you're Latin.
Stay tuned.
For Wolverine?
No Wolverine, James. In our next episode, we will be discussing Alien vs Predator 1 versus Alien vs Predator 2.
He likes the shit one, I like the good one. You decide which!
High God!